Alright guys, welcome back to It's for Laughs podcast. We are excited to be back once again. I am here with David, that's on my left, aka it's not in my job description. Victor, Elias Stone, Benji, 2 times, and also we have the great honor of having Samuel Romero.
Yeah.
Can we get a clap, guys? Can we get a clap for Samuel Romero? Now, you guys might have seen Samuel Romero before, but this is a special one because this is a strictly Samuel Romero episode. This is gonna be juicy. Stay tuned. We have some top secret stuff. He's gonna be joining the CIA. So, don't do anything illegal. Now, with that being said...
And by the way, you have Eric, a.k.a. It's That
Thank you,
Easy
Dad.
Life.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it. Thank you. Without further ado, let's get to the weekly update. So, first, we are going to start with... David, what you got for us today?
Well, apparently it's a topic you guys wanted to discuss, so I guess I'll bring it up.
All right.
Apparently, I've been too aggressive when I play soccer, causing maybe a little bit too much fouls.
Causing injuries.
I
can barely walk straight because of that dude over there.
Jeez.
I have a huge bruise on my foot, not to mention last week's injury, but, let's just ignore that.
But yeah, apparently I've been playing too hard on the field. But in reality, I just want to defend my actions here. And listen, if we're playing soccer, and I'm running after a person who has the ball, obviously, they stop all of a sudden and just stop with me while I was running, and I run into them. Listen, that's part of the game. If I run into you when you stop, it's not my fault. I can try to stop, but if it's literally we're this close and I have to stop, how am I going to do that? There's no emergency brakes in these legs, bro. It doesn't work like that. And then the other thing that happened, example with Eric. Eric was being his classic normal self and maybe throwing a dive here and there. Man thought we were playing in the swimming pool. And... look, what happened was, ball came up in the air to him, I'm right next to him, we both turn, I turn my leg, and then he runs into my leg.
No, it's not that.
What do you want me to do?
So Eric, let's hear your side of the story.
Listen, man, all I can say is it was a blur. One moment, I'm seeing a perfect weighted ball to me. I bring it down so perfectly, and then all of a sudden I get hit straight like I feel was hit by a train. No whistle, nothing, no sense of like any type of warning. And then next thing I know, I'm on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
And then next thing you know, David's accusing you for fouling him.
Yeah, so David just decides to scream at Eric, telling him, oh, it wasn't even a foul, you just didn't move out of the way. And to explain, me and Ben were both there, watching from a third point of view. These are 2 people who were in their own world, right? Here's the thing. Eric, yes, he's got a ball coming towards him, he bring it down, and then you got David running diagonally towards him, straight into him.
No,
it was like a WWE spear
turned,
move,
bro. It wasn't like that, though.
He didn't.
It was straight out of nowhere.
He cut.
He literally saw me. He saw red in his eyes and decided, I'm taking this guy out. Out of commission.
I stopped. We both stopped when he controlled the ball. And then he cuts, and I move my leg as well because he's
to
about
tackle
to
him.
And then instead of him running, past where I am, he runs straight into my leg. But that's fine. I'm not going to be the one to keep arguing this.
The issue
it just is what happens. But if you guys see something different, I can't change your viewpoint, bro.
The issue
is what
with-
it is.
That instant
It
replay.
is what it is.
It is what it is.
David's problem is that, it's okay to foul, but his ignorance that he is fouling is the largest issue. He does a foul, I do fouls too, and I'll admit to, hey, that's on me, my bad, bro, you okay? That's a foul. David, meanwhile, he does like a slide tackle through the back. He'll be like, yo, why didn't you move?
You have to get out of the
going
way.
on? Like, what are you doing?
You'll literally be on the ground. He'll stand over you and go, get up, boy. Get up, boyo.
It's fine. You guys say what you say. I say what I say.
And another thing, like,
Where'd you come
Oh,
from?
snap.
I'm just walking
He's
down.
been injured with a big toe injury.
I'm just walking down the stairs, and
Oh,
this
my.
man starts poking me, jabbing me with a light over here.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it's fine. We don't have to go into we could probably spend the whole time arguing this, which is what we've done I think this past week.
This whole week has been
But
That's
I
why
guess
that's why it's part of the weekly update,
yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it's been an ongoing issue, but, I guess more recently.
But
So just to add a little detail to that, because of that foul, I am now out of commission with a thigh injury. But moving on.
Fine, let's move
Moving on.
Go ahead.
Let's
you're
talk.
speaking of injuries, right? Go ahead, Aaron.
All right. We'll talk about my week. So, big update this week. I actually finally got all of my parts for my PC, and we built it. So I built it pretty much by myself until I ran into the issue of it not being able to turn on. So I figured, I was like, you know what? What does a person do when they need help? They call the Ghostbusters. So I hit up David, I hit up Benji, and I was like, listen, I got a ghost that's on my PC, it's not turning on. So I came and brought all my stuff, and we managed to fix it. Me and Benji did most of the work.
We did.
Yep.
We did a little bit of back and forth ideas. with cables and stuff like that, we got it to work. David helped me install the operating system and all the other updates. And I'm pleased to say that it is now up and running, and we are possibly going to be streaming. Possibly. Maybe. We'll see. If you guys would like some of that stuff from us, please leave a like or a comment in the video if that's what you wanted to see. And then we can also go to Victor, because Victor, not only does he have his own YouTube channel, but he also has someone else that has a YouTube channel, and he is here to promote that person's video today. So,
He's been pumping a lot of videos out.
He
This
has.
significant other.
Victor, who is this special guest?
My brother has been. His YouTube channel is Zyfi, ZYFI. Go subscribe to him because he's putting out a bunch of video games, like just a bunch of Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite, Fall Guys, and like pretty much like anything and everything you can think of. Go subscribe to him. He's awesome. And I love you, bro, if you're watching this.
Yeah.
Just go subscribe, for real. Alright.
After you subscribe to our channel.
Yeah,
of course.
sure.
Yeah, it's-
Always
subscribe
subscribe to us.
Like,
Make sure you hit that bell so you can always get notified when we post a video.
Ding.
Ding, ding.
All right.
Editor, put a bell right
Yeah.
there.
No.
David put a bell.
So-
It's not
somewhere
in the
here.
job description.
All right. And then we've got Benji.
Yeah, so, as Eric said, he came over, built his PC, it was all fun and games and all that. And I've already been thinking about building my own PC. When David built his PC, I already had all the parts picked out, and I was like, alright, let me sit on this, for a little bit. Let's see if I really want this.
Gotta let it simmer.
Yeah. And then Eric came over, built his PC, and, it was fun getting it all built, getting it to turn on. And then I was like, yo, let's do this. So I just went that same night, ordered every single part, and now we're just waiting on the case. which should come Monday, I think, or Tuesday. And hopefully by next week, we'll get it all done. Yeah.
I think that's going to be possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's very reasonable.
And you have a special build because it's a smaller body.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, all of us have the different builds. Because David's is the ATX, so it's like medium size. Yours is EATX, which is larger than David's. Mine's the smallest, because, you know, why not? Something different.
The youngest, smallest.
Yeah.
You can always upgrade
Not
it though,
quite.
right?
Not the size. If that would mean just getting like the whole new thing.
It's still going to be a good computer.
Yeah, it should be
And
good.
it'll do everything that he wants to do. So.
Exactly.
True.
Cool.
All right. And lastly, we've got the man of the hour, Samuel. What has been going on this week? What's going on?
This week, not too much. You know, currently I'm unemployed. You know, I took a little. I'm taking a little break from work before I go to school.
So you're getting those unemployment checks then? Huh?
Not quite. No, I've been. I think I've been prepping for school. This week I bought a lot of stuff for school. There's a lot of dorm things that, you know, you'll need. Also special stuff that I'll need for the type of school I'm going to.
What's the college called? Or the school?
It's the Culinary Institute of America.
Oh, CIA.
CIA.
It all makes sense now.
I've also I baked some cookies. I baked double chocolate chip, and I also made some peanut butter banana cookies,
Which were amazing. So good.
Yo,
Bomb.
can you bake some more?
No, you missed out. It's
one
on you,
time
bro.
thing. One time. No, I'm just kidding. No, I can bake some more. And then also later in this week, my girlfriend got her wisdom teeth out. She got 4 wisdom teeth out. So I've been helping her recover. But that's pretty much it. That's been my week.
Wow.
All right.
Nice.
Awesome. Perfect. So this part now of the video is going to be where we ask Samuel Romero basically what he's doing with his life.
What's going on? Who is Samuel Romero?
Yeah. In the
Why
end,
is Samuel
Why
Romero?
is Samuel Romero?
How is Samuel?
most importantly, guys, when is Samuel?
Alright.
And the when is now, because we're going to talk about what made you decide to go into this career path. Right?
Why Culinary Institute
Exactly.
of America?
Yes.
We want to know all the details. Tell me the details.
Damn it, the detail. Why culinary? Well, it all started when How I Met Your Mother. Anyways,
I'm sorry,
I was working at I had an IT job, 2018. Yeah, 2018, because right now it's
So you
2020.
were working at Best Buy before. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I my first job I was at Best Buy when I was
16.
So when I was turned of legal age to work, I started working, and going to school, high school, and I finished high school, and then I switched to full-time Best Buy, which is the worst decision I've ever made.
Whoa.
I personally hated
I
it.
love you, Best Buy.
Brand deal. Okay, sorry, I'm not
Sure.
gonna ruin the brand deal.
I'd come back as a branded sponsor.
No, but I was worked there for I ended up working there 3.5 years, roughly, something like that, because I got well, to start out, I worked at Best Buy because I wanted to go into IT, so information technology, which is computers, whatnot, all that kind of stuff. When I graduated high school, I started at Nova as well, while I was full-time at Best Buy. And my career path was to IT, so I was taking general courses, but also some IT courses and stuff like that. And
how many classes were you taking? So you're taking a few classes while also being full-time?
Well, I was taking about 3 or 4, which is actually quite a bit for being full-time work. So that was super rough. Yeah, and that was really rough. I ended up doing okay the first 2 semesters, I think, or first semester, something like that. But I really didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. Best Buy especially. I mean, the people were cool. Everyone was cool there, but I just didn't enjoy the work. Like, it was sales. And I guess I had already done it for three years. And I was already getting bored of it. Because the type of person I am, I'm not the type of person who can just sit at one job for the rest of their life. I need something to keep me going. So whether that be like a type of job that keeps me going,
You're never satisfied.
Yeah, I'm not satisfied.
Have a Snickers. Sponsor. Contact us right in the email.
Thank you, Snickers.
But yeah, I'm not the type of person where I can just kind of like coast through a job per se. Which I actually learned later in life, but whatever. At Best Buy, I just didn't enjoy the work anymore, so at this point I was going into IT. So I started applying to jobs in IT, full-time, part-time, whatever gave me the opportunity, because at Best Buy they turned me down a few times for the Geek Squad. Anyways, no, but so I applied to a few places. And what was funny about the job that I ended up getting is I applied in like October or September or something like that. And then and I also applied to like Amazon during that time. I actually did an Amazon phone interview. I mean, it didn't go well, but
expand on that?
Well, they just asked some questions that I just didn't know enough.
Like very technical questions?
Yeah, there was a lot of technical questions, and
wow.
I was not prepared for them, or I just didn't know. I didn't know enough at the time.
I've had that kind of interview before, and it's a totally different beast when you are scratching the surface and they ask you very technical stuff.
Yeah.
That's
it was for an IT specific?
Yeah, it was a data center specialist or whatever.
Amazon can be pretty technical, so.
Yeah, because you're doing a lot of like data stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's working with like servers and stuff like that.
What'd they ask you?
Like a lot of technical stuff.
Like
it's a lot of just technical mumbo jumbo.
How to like reboot a server? What happens if a server goes bad? How to replace?
It's like probably more technical.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not using the actual lingo, but that's the rough around stuff.
But where did you end up getting the job?
Well, so I applied for the job I got in like September, and during that time I was like, obviously I was working because in Best Buy it's very busy during the holidays. But I got the job I got the call in January, which was a long time. So I wasn't even expecting a call, obviously. I was still applying to a few places, but at that point I kind of gave up a little bit. Yeah. But I ended up getting the call, and it was Loudoun County, so it's a public school, Loudoun County Public Schools. I had applied for a computer technician job there. They didn't require a lot of like certifications. They had like a preferred A+ and all that kind of stuff. But at that point I had a lot of customer service experience, and I had some computer experience because one, I had taken a few classes at school, and then also had been the computer sales for the majority of my time at Best Buy, so I knew quite a bit. And so then on, they called me. I got an interview. The interview was interesting. It wasn't really that hard, honestly. It was way different than like Amazon's. It was a little less technical, but they did the most nerve-wracking part about it was they had a desktop right in front of me, and they told me to like take parts out, and I was like, okay, and I did fairly well, I guess. I mean, at that point, I hadn't even constructed a computer or anything like that. So
yeah, that looks like a RAM stick.
I mean, I knew I knew what everything looked like, but I just hadn't done it. But I ended up getting the job. I guess I interviewed well.
They were like, this guy has done better than the others. So.
Yeah, and at that point too, it was crazy because I was 19. I got the job at 19, which is crazy for that type of job because I was working with a bunch of old heads. So they were all like they were all retirees. Like they were in their 50s and their 60s, and then you got me like a 19-year-old like just coming in like, hey, how's it going?
So at this point, you were basically almost like in a career path.
I was already.
You were like, I would say, pretty successful.
Yeah.
Before my like promotion, you were making like a few cents more than me actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So cool. At that point, I was getting roughly around $40,000 a year. And, you know, I did it at the beginning. At the beginning, it was cool. I was fine. It was interesting. But there's a few things that happened. I mean, for me personally, I think I just, one, stopped enjoying it as much. And I just didn't like it. And also I saw kind of like, I guess, the bureaucracy of it all, which was really frustrating for me. It's probably because I was in the government system per se, but I really hated that part of it. So they were switching around positions. So one, I already had people, like my partner or whatever, he was like a little higher up than me, and he was getting paid way more than me, but he was sleeping on the job. He was like not doing anything really. And I had to pick up the slack for him because we had the same amount of... We worked together, basically. So his work was also my work. My work was kind of his work.
Wow.
But he didn't do much. And, you know, I'm not the type of person where I can just sit there and not do anything. If I'm going to work, I want to do something. I want to work. You know what I mean? To a certain extent. Like, I do understand, like, kind of chilling at work, but not to that extent. So for me, one, that annoyed me, and then they were switching around positions, so people lower than me who knew less than me were going to get paid the same as me. And I had to teach them how to do my job. So it was a lot of just stuff going on.
Frustration.
A lot of frustration. I got really frustrated personally because I was like, this is dumb. Like, why am I going to do this if... You know, at the end, I'm not going to have my position anymore, or I'm going to get paid as someone else who doesn't know what they're doing. So I got frustrated. And also, again, like the work itself was kind of getting boring to me. I just didn't enjoy it.
The job was very monotonous, right?
The job was super monotonous. It kind of got the same thing. Once you got the hang of things, it was like, all right, same thing today. Let me fix this. Let me fix that. It was really easy. I mean, which is not a bad thing.
How long did you work there?
So I ended up working there about a year. So towards the end of the time when they were switching stuff around, I just decided to leave because I was like, this isn't worth it right now, really. So I'm going to quit and go full-time school. And again, at that time, I was still planning on doing IT full-time. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I ended up quitting. I ended up working there exactly a year. I started in February. I quit in February. So... I worked there exactly a year, and then at that time I was like, okay, I'm going to start school full-time, and also I need to work, obviously, so I just took a part-time job at a coffee shop, as a specialty coffee shop, because I didn't want to just work at, like, Starbucks or anything like that.
That's too basic.
I wanted to learn more about coffee, because I really like coffee, and I know there's tons of stuff to it, you know. You know, there's so many ways to brew coffee, how to make it, you know, everything. So I wanted to learn about that, so I ended up taking a job at the specialty coffee shop, which is Cafe Mori, in Vienna, which I no longer work there.
So don't give them promo, bro. Go to Starbucks.
No, just in case they want to find me, I want to make sure I no longer work there.
No one's looking for you.
Yeah, just in case, you never know. No, but yeah, so I ended up, you know, working there. And while I was working there, I mean, I at this point, I was going through a really rough time, honestly, because, you know, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. After I quit IT, I was like, what am I going to do? I like to say, like, I went through my midlife crisis when I was 20.
So you decided to quit IT, but you didn't know what else you wanted to do?
Yeah,
you just said, I don't want to do IT?
Yeah, I knew I didn't want to know IT. I didn't want to do IT. So I had decided, okay, I need to figure something out, right? Because obviously I'm not going to just be a bum my whole life.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, I have goals, ambitions. And obviously one of the things that I've always wanted to do, even from when I was working at Best Buy, was maybe like start a coffee shop or something like that, right? But obviously you need a lot of money to do that, investments, all this collateral, whatever, right? So, you know, obviously I couldn't do that right away. So I just decided to work at a coffee shop so I could learn about it. And yeah, like I said, I wasn't going to do IT anymore and I need to figure something out. So I honestly just took some time off before I started working at the coffee shop and tried to figure it out, I would just think, really, a lot of the time, I would just think, like, what do I like? What do I don't like? Clearly I didn't like IT. Could I go into, I don't know, like teaching or whatever? I just thought about tons of stuff, right? All the options for the career choice. And,
I'm trying to imagine you as a teacher, and I feel like you'd just be like, why don't you understand this?
Like, throws a textbook out like across the room. Stupid!
Yeah.
D-Nice! Why are you not getting?
D-Nice. And also I knew I didn't want to do IT because, I did take IT classes while I was working, a few. And I didn't like them. I didn't like what I was learning. Okay. I felt like it was pointless, honestly. Like I would be in class. I mean, even if I got a good grade in the class, I would be like, I don't want to learn this. I don't really care about this. So that was one of the things that I realized that I didn't want to do it.
So what did you choose?
Well, yeah, like I said, after I thought, I remember I was watching, it was on Netflix, I was watching Chef's Table on Netflix. And basically they spotlight a chef and what he does or whatever. And I was watching it and I was like, I like food. I just thought about it, I like food. I do like cooking, at the time I didn't cook as much, but I do like it. And then that got me into the idea of something in the food world, which most people just think chef, right? They're like, oh yeah, you're studying food, you're going to be a chef. Not exactly. Like that's what I thought too. I was like, well, I assumed chef, but I knew there were other options. So I started looking into it and I found like a position which is culinary scientist or food scientist. Which is basically, there's a few avenues with it, but like one of the things, like a food scientist in it of itself, can work for like a company doing like production of mass materials. So like, let's say for example, Trader Joe's, they have a lot of food that's pre-made that you just take home and cook. So for them, like I would be working in producing that food, or even like, let's say Blue Apron or those food delivery services, You're working to create those recipes and streamline it so that when the people get it, they can do it super easily. Yeah. Exactly. Or you can do, cereal, develop a new flavor of cereal, a new flavor of ice cream, whatever, right? So I saw that, like, career choice, and I was like, I like that. That sounds like fun. It also, I guess it excites me as well, It excites me when I think about it, because, like, when I was in IT, I was like, not excited about anything. When I pictured my career as like an IT person, I was like, this sucks. I don't really want to do this. So for me, it was like,
now everybody in IT is like, you're right. This sucks.
No, for me, just for me.
It's a good thing though.
Yeah.
You're able to like experiment and then find out like, oh yeah, I don't really like that. Because I feel like a lot of people are afraid almost to try and like go a different route,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, well, I got really lucky in that sense because I got a job so young.
Yeah.
Most people have to wait till they're 24, 25 to get that job, but I got it at 19. And I got a year's worth of experience, and I was like, okay, great. I don't want to do it anymore, And I guess for me, I was kind of like, it was a big risk in a sense because it was a well-paying job. I was scared that I wasn't gonna figure something out. That because I have like some anxiety issues and stuff like that. So for me, it was like it was a really big step, I guess, in a sense, because it was scary because it was just difficult. It was something difficult to do, and. I mean, but you kind of just have to take that leap in my situation because what else am I going to do? You don't
want to be like miserable.
Yeah. I think the most important thing that happened during that time is that you did it at such a young age, like at 20. That's what the 20s are for in a sense, or like that age gap between like, say, right after high school, even to like 25, 26. that time period is for you to figure out what you want to do, because you're still that young that even at like your 30s you're able to find your career path. So I think it's really great that you went through that stepping stone and realized, hey, this isn't looking great for me, I don't enjoy this at all, and you were able to backtrack, realize what you actually wanted, and still do that. And you're still only, what, 21?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's awesome.
So I'm glad I let you go first, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Is that I think, at least growing up for me, I always had this pressure from, you know, my loved ones that I need to know, by the time I finish high school, I need to know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough, because you're discovering bills, all that stuff, you know, because you're no longer considered a kid anymore, you know? And for you to automatically know what you want to do, and, you know, and I think there's just that pressure, which is why I think you felt the anxiety of like, man, what if what I want to do doesn't pan out? Like, there's always that, like you said, like that fear.
You have like all these expectations of other people,
right?
And they're all expecting you to do certain things, and like if you feel like if you don't do what they expect of you, then
you're considered like a failure.
Yeah.
Or they're disappointed that you're not at where they want you to be.
Yeah.
You know, not all of us are lucky to be a junior administrator at the young age of 26. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I'm a champ out here. What can I say?
You know, and be liked by the manager so much other than everybody else.
It happens everywhere. What do you want me to do?
But no, I definitely agree with Benji, because like with what you went through, I went through the exact same thing, and it's a process, because, you know, I myself want to do IT, but it's not the same vision of IT that I had 2-3 years ago, you know, and it's amazing. I've seen your growth, and it's amazing that you've chosen something that you're not going to get stuck in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because food can take you anywhere, and there's so many different avenues. And I think I can speak for everyone. Everyone enjoys the food that you make.
Yeah.
Those cookies.
Ooh, hey,
let me tell you. More so I can taste.
You know, okay, I'm not speaking for Victor, because Victor hasn't tried any. But
sure
I can see the dedication that you have for it, and I'm glad you picked it. And, you know, I think we're all going to be rooting for you once you leave. We're going to miss you like crazy. Mm-hmm. But I know this isn't, it's not like you're going to be down the street. Like, where exactly is the CIA located?
The CIA?
Area 51. No, I'm kidding.
Storm it.
It's confidential. No, the CIA is in upstate New York.
Okay.
So not New York City, where dreams are made of?
No, yeah. Everybody thinks when I say New York, it's like a New York City. No, it's not a New York City.
He's going to be on Broadway.
It's about an hour.
Yeah, it's
yeah, it's an hour and a half by train from New York.
Yeah, the town's called what?
Poughkeepsie.
Well,
Poughkeepsie.
technically it's in Hyde Park, but the town next to it is Poughkeepsie, which is the biggest town in the area, I guess. But yeah, so that's where the
New York is about 5-hour drive, 5.5.
6 hours.
6 hours.
5.5, 6.
From Virginia, just
From yeah,
let
Virginia.
people know.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about leaving? Because this is the first time you're leaving, you know, the area.
Yeah, I mean, I've taken like trips like for a few days and every now and then, but never for this long, I guess. Because, I mean, I'm going to be living there it's a college, so I'm going to be in a dorm for the first semester and all that kind of stuff. For me, it's very anxiety. I have a lot of anxiousness about it. Because
it's new, right?
Yeah, everything's new, everything's scary, you know. I do have to leave my family and my friends and my like girlfriend behind, you know.
Boo thing.
Yeah, so I have to, I don't know, I kind of have to leave everything behind in a sense. I mean, I will come back like once a month-ish, I guess, something like that. I mean, that's what I'm planning.
Manchester.
No, I mean that's what I'm planning if I can. I mean, obviously I'm going to get a job up there too, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. But I mean, I just got to plan it out, which I can do.
Please make sure you write.
Send
I mean,
letters.
yeah,
I'll
you
text.
can always FaceTime, call.
Yeah.
And then we're probably going to try to add you like a little segment in to have like a little checkup with Samuel when he's at college. So watch out for that in the podcast once he's there.
Live from New York.
Live from New York.
It's Saturday night.
So are you
Live from Times Square.
Speaking of the school and stuff, how are the courses gonna be like? Like what is a class at CA?
Yeah, so because of COVID right now, or COVID,
Ole!
when most of a lot of the classes are online, but the only classes that are in person are the labs, aka the kitchen classes. So right now I'm taking Culinary Fundamentals, which is the class I will actually be in person for, which will be like Monday and Friday, I think, or something like that. And it's a lot longer. So it's not like let me go to class for an hour and a half. Those classes, the cooking classes, are from 1 to 8. So it's like a shift. It's like a work schedule, yeah. Because you go into the class and you cook.
So you're cooking like what? Like
they'll
chicken
cook
and
everything.
stuff?
Yeah, everything. You know,
chicken, beef,
I think with
bird,
yeah, with and like
people,
tacos.
Tacos. All types of tacos.
How many?
all three types.
There's no way you guys cook more than 3 types. Let's be real.
No, but I mean, I think there it's like, I mean, like my class will be Culinary Fundamentals, the first one I take at least. So it will be like how to cut, how to do this, how to do that, and like you even like one of my utensils that I need to take is a 6-inch ruler, so I can measure to make sure my cut is correct. So it's very like
precise.
I have to be very precise in a sense.
Something y'all didn't know. I don't think you could. At least I don't think you guys know. I took culinary for half a semester, half a year.
Can't cook?
Listen, bro, I make a mean bowl of cereal.
Hey.
Okay, but I can tell you for one thing, dude, cutting is hard.
Really?
Yeah, because you have to be like precise. Like it's down to like he said, it's down to a science.
So are these classes gonna be going through through your whole like schooling? Are you gonna have like cooking classes?
Yeah, that's how it is. That's it like goes up in difficulty, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And like I said at the school, they focus a lot on French cuisine, I guess, because the French cuisine is the best or whatever.
It's like the model.
It's the model. That's up to debate. I have my own personal opinions about that.
So, are you gonna be doing any like food wars?
No, they don't. Well, actually, they do have.
Beat Samuel Romero.
They do have like events at times. I mean, I'm sure they're not going on right now because
like
of
competitions.
Competitions. So it's like a team competition. Oh. So they set up booths and all that kind of stuff, and you cook and you compete. Yeah, right now. I mean, hopefully, this all goes away eventually, and we're good. But they do have that kind of stuff. I will. And, like, the other classes, for example, like, I already finished all my general ed, so, like, I don't have to take history, I don't have to take math, I don't have to take anything. They offer that? Yeah, because you can go there for 4 years if you want to. Yeah. Or 3 years, I guess. In my case, I'm only going for 2 since I already have all my stuff finished, or a lot of my gen eds finished. But, like, for instance, the classes I'm going to take this semester, like, gastronomy, principles of menu, so how to figure out the cost of a menu and create a menu and all that kind of stuff.
That's pretty cool.
And all the classes are going to be like I said, like every semester I'll have a new cooking class or kitchen class, and even one of the semesters is actually called an externship. So I will go to a kitchen, and I will work there for 3 months, which is going to be my semester.
That's sick.
Yeah, so I'll work there for 3 months, and then they'll cross me off and all that kind of stuff. And what's funny is when I get back from that, I have to create a dish from scratch for it's like a test. But I have to do the dish with no recipe, no nothing. I have to just do it off the top of my head type of thing.
So, wait, are you handed
a piece of paper with the name of the dish, and I gotta make it.
with
Pizza.
the name? So they essentially choose a dish for you
Mm-hmm. That I should
you should know. Okay, I thought it was something more of like, hey, here's a basket of things we just
No.
picked off the shelf.
Yeah.
Go make us a masterpiece.
I mean, I feel like I would rather do that than make.
I
the
feel like
dish
that's more
low-key.
challenging for you.
For me, it's not. I like that type of stuff. I like I mean, I do that at home. You know, I do that now in the sense of like I look at what we have and I'm like, all right, what can I do? Because I don't want to go out to shop. I don't want to go out and like buy stuff. And you know, it's good to use the stuff you have at home because then it goes to waste. So yeah, I mean that is something I would actually prefer over just them giving me a dish. But yeah, I mean, I have to do that when I get back from my externship, and also to graduate, I need to do that as well.
Oof.
So it's 2
So
times I
twice?
got to do that. Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, that sounds pretty exciting, though.
Can you?
I mean, yeah, it's a little nerve wracking.
Can you record that so we can put this on the podcast?
Oh.
So like, hey, just ignore this camera right here, and we'll just do that.
Yeah, I just wanna take video of it.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to go.
It was,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's an audience.
No, but like if there's some competitions, maybe.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. That'd be cool.
You just hear like in the background just like 4 judges and we're all like, yeah, Samuel. They look back. What the heck?
So then, after you graduate, of course, your plan is to return back home here to good old Virginia. But what is your so what do you see for your future, like in terms of like your career, maybe your life?
My career.
yeah.
My career. I'm not 100% sure exactly what I want to do after college. I'm gonna do the culinary science bachelor's degree, so I'm gonna get my bachelor's in that. But with that degree, I do have a lot of options into what I want to do per se. Like I could do, like I said, like the food scientist, where I work on research and development, so you kind of create new stuff. I could do work in some type of sustainability environment, so I can work trying to find ways to make food more sustainable. I could be a quality assurance manager, which is basically I go around to the places saying, if they're checked off or not, if they're up to standard, all that kind of stuff.
So like a
health inspector type
health
thing?
inspector, yeah.
Kind of like that.
We have at Starbucks. There's this person that comes in and checks that.
Really? Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's one of my options. I could do,
Anything.
I could be a chef if I really wanted to as well. If I did want to work in a kitchen, I'm not entirely sure exactly what I want to do. I mean, I know in the future I do want to do a coffee shop once I have some more money and I can invest in it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure which route I'm gonna take. I think my idea is that I do work in research and development for a little bit, to get some experience and just be able to create and have fun. And then I do want to kind of work in food policy. So that is you work for a nonprofit, for example, and try to figure out, because I mean in this country there's a lot of issues, and in the poor communities, yeah, there's food, but the food is not good. In inner cities, there's more liquor stores than there are fresh grocery stores. So that's something I would want to try to figure out, to try to develop stuff or try to bring light to that situation, because I want to. Because for me, I mean, in our family, we didn't necessarily grow up very well off, yeah, and also we grew up eating very poorly, but that's just due to education. So that is a big part of it, So I kind of want to change that for other people, I guess. I want to go into that and try to see if I can help people in similar situations, because it is important. All these in Hispanic families, for example, all their families get diabetes, they're obese, all this stuff because all the food and the education isn't there, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of want to be able to do that. So I think my plan per se is go do research and development first, get some experience, and then hopefully go into like food policy of some sort. And then I do want to like open a coffee shop, you know?
You got a job for me, right?
Yeah, sure, if you want it.
I'll train your baristas.
Yeah, so I do want to do like the coffee shop type thing. I think it's just fun. I think I would enjoy it.
Right.
You know, I kind of want to be a very hands-off coffee shop owner, I guess, though. Because I do want to, like, obviously I have to be there when it opens up and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, after a few years, once I'm secure with the managers and everything's up and running.
Play golf.
Yeah, I'm not playing golf. I'll play soccer. No, but yeah, I would leave it to them, you know, because I'm not. I mean, I would have to trust them, obviously, but I'm not. I don't want to be there day to day. You know, I just want to.
Because you wanna own a business, not really like
Run
work
the
in the business.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I mean that would allow you to reinvest more and like.
Yeah, and then
more.
get some income, and you know, maybe like, you know, I want to build a house, and then hopefully sell that house for profit and buy another house. You know.
If there's a buy one get one free, you know.
You know,
Or if you just want to get one free.
no. That's all. No, but yeah, I would want to like do something like in the realm of the coffee shop, and then kind of just leave it and just rake in the money. You know what I mean?
Cool.
But yeah, I mean that's I guess my plan per se. You know.
Well, I know I talk for all of us. We're pretty excited for you, and we all wish you the best in this. And then I know everyone watching the videos, watching the podcast, or listening to it, also, you know, wish the best for you. But before we finish off, I guess, because I think the main goal was to like talk about you going to the CIA. Is there any other questions anyone has that they want to ask them all specifically?
I have one. How many times do you watch Ratatouille?
3.
Actually?
But ask me how many times I've watched Food Wars. 3.
Do you have like a...
This video
Oh, wait, no,
has
we'll
been
see.
sponsored by the number 3.
What are you saying?
Actually, if we go to the next segment, that's a nice segue.
Yeah, let's go. So we're going to go into our closing segment, which is just 2 fun questions we have. Or no, 3 actually. So...
Yeah, this is what I was going to ask you, but I guess we can ask it for everyone. What's your go-to food you can make? Or like you have a favorite thing to make?
Yeah, what's your favorite dish to make?
Dish? I don't really. I mean, I'm not a big dish guy per se. Like I don't have like oh yeah, I'm gonna make confit duck or whatever, duck confit. Like no, I don't have anything like that.
Kung Pao chicken?
No.
Well, like what is it that like,
But, like,
if you imagine you have the whole like every best things in the kitchen all available for you, and you wanna, what can you make that you would be like, I love this dish and I can make it?
Basically, what he's trying to say is, you have your own Food Network show. We're tuning in, and you're like, today we're making...
I mean, I like to mix things, so I think I would probably one of the greats that I've cooked, one of the best things I've cooked, is like roast beef that I really liked with a lot of herbs and stuff like that.
Oh, the one you made for Thanksgiving, right?
Oh, that was really good.
I'd probably make something like that, combined with maybe some sort of potato thing. Maybe throw in
some peppers.
a nice like Asian sauce, I guess you could say, with something else. With something else, I would have to see. I'm very much the type to like just create something.
So a nice like roast beef
roast beef
meal,
dinner per se,
very
yeah.
like complete meal.
Yeah, because
I'm
that
pretty
roast beef is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's probably better than what any of us can make, but...
Can you make it again? Because I didn't try that.
I mean, I could.
You skipped on Thanksgiving. Victor,
Yeah.
you see,
Sure.
when you miss out on stuff, you miss out, you know?
I mean, when you got a toe injury, you kind of, you miss life, you know? Your life turns gray.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, you know what I'm saying? For me, like, You know, if you go, my go-to food is, you know, a tortilla con sal. You know, a little bit of
Chef's kiss. That's so good.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make the
Classic.
tortillas though?
Dude,
You
let's
just-
go.
Anyway,
Anyway,
that's for the OnlyFans.
wrong kind of tortilla.
What about you, Victor? Or anything else there?
Yeah.
Or is that it?
No. In all seriousness,
You were serious.
Yes.
Con limón.
straight shot of just limon. My go-to food that I like to make,
Eggs.
no.
You know, there was a study done that for Americans, the highest rated like food that they're more comfortable with making is breakfast.
Interesting.
And not
Fun
only
fact,
that,
same.
they probably make the eggs wrong.
Facts.
Because there's a right way to make eggs and there's a wrong way to make eggs.
If you
Just
don't
saying.
season your
Yeah, that's
eggs,
not
just
bad.
stop.
Yeah.
Not even. It's just
True.
how they cook it. But ignore that.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, go
some
ahead,
people, you know, they just don't know how to season. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
but you know what I'm saying. But for me, I would have to say a nice like just chicken with rice. To be honest with you,
Solid.
Mm.
nothing too
Sign me
too
up.
crazy.
Kind of like how though?
So,
Just you.
the way I've
Yeah.
You get the
I've
leftovers.
done it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Because you got Chinese food last night, you know? Put that in the microwave, chicken with rice.
Now go ahead. So how would you prep? What is this like? Well, give us
Yeah.
an idea of what you're
So-
tasting.
So what I would do is I season the chicken with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. It depends if I just want just like chicken, like, you know, because like since, you know, last podcast we talked about our, you know, our health, you know, and how eating right is important, right?
Hey,
So I was thinking about like I don't want to put too much into it because then, you know, you gotta
Sure.
do all this math stuff and your calories and stuff like that. So something simple, you know, I just put the rice in the little rice cooker. Don't gotta worry about it.
True.
Chicken, just a little bit of, you know, salt, a little pepper. Put it on the pan. Wait a couple seconds. Cut it. Make sure it's nice and cooked so that, you know, you don't get salmonella.
Mhm.
And then,
Right.
you know, you put the neck in right here.
Hey.
I'm not gonna lie. Sounds good.
Well,
I think it's
quick
decent.
tip.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Quick
an
tip.
easy way to.
You
Let's hear
can no, it all sounds good, but if you're trying to watch calories but still have seasoned food, just use spices. So use use turmeric,
Nice dry
cumin,
rub.
cayenne pepper, like all that stuff.
I just buy a jalapeno.
Mm.
I guess
I
that
just
works. That'll ruin your taste. That'll ruin your taste buds, so it's fine.
A little bit of Tabasco.
What about you, Victor? What you got? I don't know what you got in the kitchen skills.
Well, that intrigued me. I do like making some nice chicken and rice, but I think,
Trying to steal my thunder, boy.
but I my
He
favorite
adds
thing,
something else.
my
though.
favorite thing I like to make though, has to be like a nice omelet.
Mm.
So I like to put, you know, chop up some green peppers, some green onions, tomato, put a little bit of cheese. Well, actually, I personally like a lot of cheese, so I put like a lot of cheese.
So you like cheesy eggs?
Yeah, cheesy omelets.
What kind of cheese?
I put like both the
Kraft singles.
He just throws in a cheese stick
the skim cheese.
Yeah.
with the wrapper.
Yeah.
Adds texture.
That nice plasticky taste, you know.
But nah, like, so, you know, mozzarella with like the cheddar cheese, like the sharp cheddar, and obviously you gotta put salt and pepper. I put a little bit of like just a little bit of whole milk in the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, make it a little more fluffy. And I do like butter, not
Oil.
oil. Yeah, for some reason it tastes.
Yeah, it tastes better.
Yeah.
I like it better. Like
Yeah,
that.
for me, yeah, personally. But also something else. Oh, onion for sure. Like, I don't know why. Ever since I started adding onion to it,
Oh, I thought you meant like you just like eating onions.
No, chopped
I was
up
like,
onions.
wait, what?
Yeah, chopped onions makes it taste so much better to me.
True.
Add some garlic in your life.
True. Some on the eggs though. I've never tried that.
Put it on the pan first with the butter, and so the garlic will kind of like disintegrate, and it's basically you're kind of cooking it in garlic butter.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do that.
All the tips for
real.
What about you, David?
Well, Victor would disagree with me, but I love making some tacos. And of course, I know how to make more than 3 types of tacos.
Ooh.
So my type of tacos that I can make do vary, but you either do chicken, steak, pork, sausage, but you can do all that, and then you can obviously flavor them differently. I have Samuel to hook me up with some of the sauces he can make, which now I have to learn how to do, but and then you can add cheese if you want. There's so much variety in tacos, which is what I love. You can do a corn tortilla, a flour tortilla. There's so much variety.
Lettuce
I love
tortilla.
tacos.
True.
And that's my favorite thing to do. Go to. I could probably eat tacos every day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. I did that once actually. But
Really?
No judgment. But yeah, that's my thing. The tacos.
Benji?
What about Benji?
Whew. So I ain't much of a
Friday.
chef, but what's
Some
my
yogurt,
go-to food
some
to make?
banana.
No. So every morning I make the same thing because it's quick, easy. I like the efficiency. So I get a slice of toast, put some spinach on that.
Some spinach.
Yeah, I put that spinach. You gotta get some fiber in your life.
Yep.
You put 2 eggs. I like them over easy. Just adds a little flavor to it. I like when the egg just what is it called?
The yolk.
The yolk.
Yolk
Yeah, the
breaks.
yolk comes out, adds a little different flavor. It's a nice surprise. Put that. Gotta season that with some salt, pepper. I also add crushed red peppers because I do like a little spiciness in my life. And after that, put that on the toast. It's kind of like an open-faced sandwich. And on top of that, every now and then, if it's the weekend, I'll add some salsa sauce on that, just salsa over top of that, and oof, so good.
Magnificent.
And I'll make that 10, 15 minutes, quick and easy.
Every morning.
Every morning. Oh, and
That's it.
also add some ham on that too. Extra protein for breakfast.
That sounds bomb.
It is. I'll eat it every morning. Maybe I'll switch up the spices, but who knows? Can't go wrong. If it ain't broke, don't
Add
fix
some
it.
garlic powder.
Add some garlic powder. All right, this just in. Next week's update, I'm gonna do that. We'll talk about it.
Alright, next question. Victor, tell us what we got.
Ooh, alright. What's your favorite place to go out to eat? Sam?
Am I starting?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me preface this by saying, this is my favorite place to go right now, but I don't have a favorite place. Because, in my opinion, all foods are very different in the sense of genres. So, like
It's like
Italian
onion.
food is a different thing than Asian food.
So this
I'm
is
not
a
picking
stupid
one or the other. No.
Who picked these questions?
No, for me, right now, I've been really enjoying some bar taco, which is like fusion.
Tex-Mex?
Asian fusion? No, not
Mex-
Tex-Mex.
It has some
not
Asian
Tex-Mex at all.
flavoring to it.
It's
Or
like
Max, I should say.
I guess, yeah. It's like tacos
Gourmet taco.
at times with some Asian flair, But they're very, that's been my favorite place to go recently.
Sounds good. Can we go now?
no, you don't know. I mean, they have more than 3 tacos.
Yeah,
You
I don't
might
know,
not be able to
Victor.
handle it.
We definitely need to take Victor to Bar Taco
They got
just so
more.
he can understand the true meaning of what a taco is.
Bar taco.
What really is a taco, though? Is
Bar
it a
taco,
tortilla?
please grant this Make-A-Wish kid's his dream. He really wants to experience more than 3 tacos. So if y'all could make that happen for us, hit us up.
What about you, Eric?
I think you guys know what my favorite place is. I go there. Well, I don't go there so much now, but I used to go.
McDonald's.
I used to go there all the time.
Burger King?
Sometimes even by myself.
Oh.
Iron Age.
By yourself?
Iron
Would you
Age.
go to Iron Age?
He would. Iron Age
So Iron
Korean
Age for
barbecue.
everyone is basically a Korean barbecue, which is like all you can eat. And it's kind of, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they have like areas set up for like a big grill which you share food. That's the kind of thing. So it's kind of funny that you went by yourself, Eric.
So I've only gone there once by myself, but
Were you feeling lonely and then you're like,
dude, I ate so quick because like for those that don't know, so what you do is you go in there and you basically they basically force you to order 3 meats at one time.
no.
From the beginning, right from the straight beginning, even if you're by yourself. So I think I did the 3 plates, and I'm not saying that like they're huge quantity of meat because it's probably a plateful. So I finished those 3 plates, and then where normally if you're with a group, you're usually like you order 3 more, you 3 more. I think our limit is like 15 plates, if not more.
I don't know, but that was a huge group of people.
Yeah. So I finished plate number 3 and I was like, oh, dude, I got myself into a predicament because I was full and I thought, I'm gonna be able to eat a lot. So I ended up like just passing out after the third, like waving the white flag after the 3rd plate.
Did you have any rice?
I did have rice. I mean, you have to have rice.
I mean, yeah, but how many bowls of rice did you have?
I think I had maybe 2. 2. I think.
That's what
But
I
did get.
I believe in the rice.
I literally had the salad too.
The salad's so good there.
Yeah.
So, it's one of my favorite places because you can go by yourself, but the reason why I really like it is
Don't go by yourself.
but don't go by yourself. Is because it's really a great group like area to go with where you can just chill with your friends and family, and enjoy great quality meat and cooking. So I mean, I like it. I like the sauces there. Highly recommend it. But they're always more than always packed because it's really good. So that's honestly my favorite place to go, at least right now, if the opportunity presents itself to go.
Since you're speaking of Iron Age, I'm going to say my favorite spot.
Don't you dare say so.
Which competes with Iron Age, and I love it so much more. Because the flavors...
So much more.
They're just better. They're better plates. I'll admit, the atmosphere is not as great, because it feels like you're in a lunchroom cafeteria, but the food is phenomenal. And that's So, which is literally right across the street. So
Korean barbecue.
So is the way to go.
So is the way. And
the food there is so.
Why is it?
They're just more flavorful, bro.
The meat's a better
when you eat Iron Age and then you eat So, you're like, dang. Iron Age, they were pretty basic, bro. They were pretty basic.
So has better meat quality, and also their side dishes are better. They have a lot of better quality side dishes,
And at the end, they give you this little
the rice
drink.
It's a rice water or something.
What a way to end the meal! It cleanses the palate.
Mm-hmm.
True, but that's my favorite place. But as a little bonus, I will shout out my other favorite place, which is Banchan. Korean.
Why do you think?
Why do you get 2 places, man?
I'm just saying.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna say Moby Dick.
True.
Nah, shout out Sammy. He knows Moby is amazing too, but that'd probably be my 3rd.
It reminds me of my childhood. Right?
It does remind me of my childhood.
Yo, man, it's just like his soccer teams. He's picking everything. It's just like the soccer teams.
Hey, man, let me be, bro.
Right.
But yeah. What about you, Victor?
Dude, I don't know, bro. This
What's
is
yours?
so hard.
McDonald's?
Dang.
No, where does Victor eat?
Habit.
Oh no, he's gonna say
Victor's a very
In-N-Out. If there
Victor's
was
a
an
burger
In-N-Out,
guy.
I would go to In-N-Out.
You're
but
a burger guy.
I am. Dude. I'm not pizza though. I love pizza. Especially if it's
Thin crust. I
a
know
restaurant style pizza, dude. Oh, it's
So you
good.
said before that your favorite burger place is In-N-Out, right?
Yeah.
But what about what's your favorite pizza place then? One pizza.
Bro, that's
Little Caesars.
hard, bro.
Pizza.
Actually,
DiGiorno.
Actually, I would have to, I
Chuck E.
remember
Cheese.
when I was a kid, California
Yeah,
Pizza
man,
Kitchen
pizza,
in California was actually really good.
I'm not gonna lie. I
think-
California pizza.
Have you
is pretty good.
tried mod
Oh yeah, but I don't know.
and pizza
And pizza?
and pizza?
Those are all create
Maybe.
your
I
own.
think I did. Or that New York style one that they
No.
have here.
Ooh.
No, it's more of like a.
All right, New York style
It's a
pizza or
circular one.
Chicago
Dude,
style pizza.
Chicago's
I haven't
style
had
pizza
Chicago
is so
style.
good.
You
I've
haven't?
had.
You guys
kind of.
I've had New York style, which was greasy, but
They had
For
it
some
because
reason,
I made
like
it.
greasy, though.
Someone made it, but basically it's almost.
I mean, it's
like,
not as good.
It's
at
but
all.
the concept is there.
The concept is
which is
kinda
basically instead of like a thin like pizza, you're getting more of like almost like a lasagna like pizza.
What?
Extra tomatoey.
There's a
I
lot
guess.
more
It's a
sauce versus
Yeah.
like New York.
there's a
style
lot of
pizza
cheese
would
as
be
well.
more,
Cheese.
yeah, there's a lot of cheese, but there's like the majority of pizza. The sauce and cheese is like crazy different.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
I-
a New York style pizza.
You haven't had Chicago pizza. You
Okay,
can't
we
say
need
that.
to go try it, but I swear I'll
'Cause,
probably
dude,
still prefer New York
Chicago.
style.
Oh god, Chicago pizza in Chicago is bomb. So good. I mean, I like the sauce a lot, so I like it a lot. But it's so good.
You gotta try it. Yo, Ben,
Yeah.
what's your favorite?
Oh shoot. I guess my favorite.
Chipotle.
Well, I love Asian foods.
Cuisine.
I guess Asian cuisine, Asian fusions.
Chicken and water.
No. But I think
chicken and water.
there's this one place
Dipping it in some water.
in Virginia Beach called DW's Mongolian Grill,
Oh.
and which is I think the reason I like it a lot is because of like the nostalgia behind it as well. I mean, we would go there every time we'd go to the beach, which was every summer, and we would go there once at least. And ever since then, I think we started going when I was like 7, so what, like 12 years ago.
Wow.
And so it's just that nostalgia behind it as well. And the food tastes good to me. I mean, I'm not that picky. So, yeah, I'll
Cool.
go with that.
It's the nice cherry on top after a good vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really
And
good.
it's all you can eat too.
Yeah,
Yep.
you get full.
I love it.
So
It's a good shout out.
we talked about things we like, but to end today's podcast, we have one final question, which is, what's the one food you hate?
Ooh.
Which you say, I wish it didn't exist.
Well, I'll go first
Hard, dude.
because there's this one food. I don't know.
Is that, well, yours is a condiment.
It's a
in it.
condiment.
It counts, it counts,
It
it
counts.
counts.
It's not quite a food.
You want to ruin my life, bro.
I hate ketchup.
I love ketchup.
I hate it with a burning passion. Just the smell of it, ugh. It just smells so bad.
Do you like tomatoes though?
I do like tomatoes.
Alright.
Ketchup is way different.
Yeah,
Ketchup is
ketchup
like
is not
sugar
true,
with
yeah.
like all that and food coloring, I bet.
Thus better.
And it's just what sucks too is because David loves ketchup, and anytime. So usually I work Saturday mornings, but anytime I'm not working Saturday mornings, you know, I go downstairs, you know, have some breakfast. I have David like to the left of me eating like an omelet with a hella ketchup all over it. I have my dad to the right of me eating hella ketchup, and my mom too. And it's just that stench, that odor, that ugh, it's so bad. And I hate ketchup.
Well, I love ketchup, but one thing I don't like too much is beans. But I don't mind beans in general. But one thing is like a bean soup.
Mm.
You know, that is where I crawl the line, bro.
Really?
Cross.
That call it.
I might go over it.
No, but that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how that exists, bro. I'm not a fan, and I never will. Yeah, I don't find it that appetizing.
Yeah, that's true.
Along the same lines for me, I mean, I don't like beans in general as well. Not specifically
I love
bean
beans.
soup.
I
I'm
hope
talking-
I hope your final exam has beans in it.
Oh, Man.
I have like eaten beans. Like I probably like what, a few months ago? Nah, months ago. Maybe like a year ago. I got this like stew at a restaurant and had beans in it. I ate it. I don't like it though. I really don't like it. It's I hate the texture of beans. I know some people don't really understand it. For me, it's a texture. It's like it's so dusty. Like that's the best way I can describe it.
What kind of so what was the thing you ate exactly? You said
it was a
bean
stew. It was a stew.
So
it wasn't bean stew. It was a stew, but it had beans in it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's different.
It's different than like also like the Hispanic beans or the way our parents make them or stuff like that. I don't like that either though because it's about the texture. Like even what is it like legumes. What's the other thing? Chickpeas.
You don't like chickpeas?
There's also
lentils.
Oh, green peas too. Like
what? You don't like green peas?
No. Yeah, they all have the same texture. It's that bean texture. I just don't like it, so I don't. I really do not enjoy it.
I think you're talking about the skin.
No. There's
it's
not
texture when it pops.
Yeah.
That's what he doesn't like.
Yeah, it's like that. It's that. I hate that
mushiness.
texture.
Mhm.
It's that
But
mushiness.
it's different.
And the best way I can describe it is it's dusty. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It's very dry as well.
What about Eric? You do like a lot of foods. I don't know what is
Something
the...
you
You don't
like.
get the type of body that I have without medicine. If I had to pick a food that I hate,
I mean, not hate, but like you just don't
dislike?
like to eat.
The one thing, like the most stuff.
so I don't hate it in the sense like it's something that I can eat, but I dislike having any type of meat or poultry that has bone in it. And the reason
About
is
wings.
so wings
like boneless
wings I
meat?
can manage, but I hate it's just because like you know those like big drumsticks or like you know like the
KFC,
wings or something.
Popeyes.
Like I hate having to like
work for
because I guess it's just a little bit of like trauma for me because like I would like at a young age I would like you just take a few big chunks of like the most of the meat and you would like leave some parts and then they're like what that's how you eat chicken you don't know how to eat it and I'm just like well I mean if you made it easier for me to eat it like we wouldn't have this issue.
It's interesting.
I've never heard this argument before.
Yeah.
So I always if I have I mean with wings it's still different because like they're not big bones so you can get most of the meat out of it, you know what I'm saying? But if I had to like, if you're talking to me like about a chicken like leg, or I don't know two parts of the chicken, but thigh, whatever
Bone
it is. That's why I always try to like when I like, cause like whenever I eat like charbroiled chicken. Like, I always look with the one that has the most meat because I know I'm going to eat most of that.
Yeah.
If there's one that doesn't show, that's like, shows more tendon, more fat, no way, bro. I always go for boneless or like a boneless chicken breast or something like that because
I kind of feel
it's so much easier for me to eat. And I know that I'm going to be able to eat it and not be judged.
What about you, Victor?
Alright, the one thing that I literally, and I had to think about this, I almost forgot about it, but the one thing I really, really hate, it's like the most disgusting thing.
Tacos?
Nah.
I feel like he's going to say something that everyone's going to like.
I know.
Olives.
Oh.
That's fair.
Okay.
I don't
fan
know
either.
what it is about an olive, but like,
I've never tasted olives.
dude,
You never?
it's so bad. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like, it's nasty, like...
It's a strong taste.
Yeah, strong, but like...
Might be trauma.
Maybe. I think I get trauma every time I
No,
take
it might be trauma in the sense like because I feel like that's one of those foods in society. It's very like olives suck. You know, you eat olives. Ooh, you know, it's like
You're either
it's
an
one of
olive
the like.
lover
the funny thing
it's
is
one of
that-
those things.
The funny thing is that the people that I've grown up around,
They
the
love
majority of them like them.
Maybe that's it. There it
That's
is.
part of it too.
There
That
it is.
sometimes happens.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, because I remember trying one, right? Because, you know, people are just like, yo, you haven't tried an olive before? Try one. So I'm like, okay. And I took like a big bite.
How young were you?
I was a kid. But I've had it when
Recently?
I was older.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
And I'm like, nah, I can't. It's like,
What?
I just can't.
That's
It's
funny.
so bad.
What's funny is I don't know if, don't quote me on this, but I heard that every 7 years your taste buds actually change.
Every 7 years.
I've heard that. I haven't looked up if
For
it's true or
olives.
not.
I don't know if it's true either. I've heard it.
I
So-
think, I didn't say I just with that. I think you're just mature and you're just like more willing to try
Like your
stuff.
palate changes?
No, I think you're just
mind
willing
changes.
to taste stuff.
Your mind
Because I
changes.
think most of these things will change. Like you're not. I don't think when they do these studies, I don't think it's like a 30-year-old like going into like 37 and like, oh, now I like this food. Honestly, I think it's more from like 7 years old to 14 to 21,
Yeah.
and then maybe to like 28. But I feel like when you're in your mid 20s, late 20s, you kind of know what you like and don't like. And I think it's because when, like, obviously for me, like when I was 7, like I tried, and now I'm 25, 26. Now I eat more stuff than I would, but part of it is really just like before I didn't even want to try
Yeah, bro,
it.
you
but
used
now
to
I
be
do.
heck of pussy. Picky. Yeah.
I used to be super picky too.
Well, I think it's just like openness to it, because what happens is also if you come in with the preconception of, oh, this is bad.
I've had it before and I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, it's difficult for you to like change it.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you're right. So, you know, I think we've talked about a lot of amazing things today. I think we all learned a lot of the things we like, we don't like, things that we didn't know before, like David not being able to admit that he is aggressive, Victor's dislike for olives, Benji's PC,
Yeah, is that it?
Sammy going undercover, and me liking Iron Age way too much. So, if you made it to the end of the video, once more, thank you for watching the whole thing. Please leave a like, a dislike, tell us what we are doing wrong, what we're doing right. Leave it all in the comments, and be sure to share to everybody, because we really want to grow. And for all of those watching, we want to say a good thank you, and we're out of here. Bye!
Bye.